I just want to put a disclaimer out there before I do this, start on this makeup. In no way, shape, or form am I a makeup artist. I'm a beginner, okay? These videos are going to be very beginner friendly. These are videos that you could find on YouTube and try to recreate it. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to try to recreate this video that I seen on YouTube to the best of my ability. So be patient with me. I mean, I know y'all probably going to be in the comments like, oh my god, what you doing? And then half the time I don't even know the name of the brushes I'm using or the products I'm using. So
Juvia look like a star. Head to the top of the car. We don't abide by the law. You don't know.
hey guys, thanks for tuning in. My name is Tasha Christina. Today I'm going to be using the Juvia's Place Saharan 2 palette, recreating a look that I seen from a fellow YouTuber. So we're just gonna get started here by outlining my brow with a brown espresso pen that I get from the beauty supply store, no place special. So here you can see me outlining my brow. And at this point, I'm just continuing to outline my brow and just shaping it and getting ready to fill it in. Alright, and on to the next step. We're going to use that NYX eyebrow gel in the color espresso to fill in that brow after I finish outlining it. So here I'm just adding a little bit of that gel to the top of my foundation or whatever surface you want to use, just to spread that out. You don't want it to go into your eyebrow clunky. And let me say this, that gel dries very, very quickly. So you want to try to do this really as fast as you can and adding more product as you go. So here I'm just continuing to fill in my brow. I did have to end up adding a little water to my brush and a little bit more product to the brush as well, just to continue filling them in, because like I said, that gel dries so fast. So after we're done adding the eyebrow gel, ladies, you want to get that spoolie out. You want to make sure you're blending out that product and bringing that product towards the front of your brow. I just wanted to note that when I am filling in my eyebrows with that eyebrow gel, I don't apply that to the front of my eyebrows, just to give you more of that natural look. You don't want your eyebrows looking big and blocky. So at this step, I'm just filling in my other brow. I did do them one at a time just to show the process. I do apologize for the view, guys. This is my first video, so I am working on that as well. Next time I'll be more towards the front so you guys can see the entire process. So after I filled in the other brow, I'm just blending that product out and bringing that towards the front again with the spoolie. So I finished blending most of that product out. At this point is when I bring out my Q-tip. Don't judge me, but I use this to get some of that extra product off the front of my brows. I do this because I've noticed if I don't clean up my brow after I've blended it out, when I apply my concealer to shape them, I end up seeing the brown under my concealer. So I do try to make sure I clean it up. Okay, so here we are again with that Q-tip. Like I said, don't judge me. I am a beginner, and what works for me may not work for you. So we're just gonna work with what we got, and we're gonna use the Q-tip. Again, we're gonna use that spoolie to blend that brow out, especially towards the front. So on to the next step, we're gonna start shaping those brows. I use my raggedy flat brush that I've had forever. Again, don't judge me. So the concealers I use to shape my brow, I got from my local beauty supply store, and I'm sure you guys have seen this concealer everywhere. The colors I use are Coffee and Coyote. I use Coyote under my brow, which is the lighter concealer, and I use the Coffee above my brow, which is the darker concealer, to match my skin tone. So here I am continuing to shape those brows using that concealer. I sit weird when I'm doing my brow. It works for me. Like I said, I'm really weird when I do my makeup, so don't judge me. So after we shape those brows with a concealer, it's time to blend, honey, and you want to make sure you're blending your life away. You don't want your eyebrows to look ridiculous with a line of concealer on them. So yeah, just keep blending. The brush I use is an eyeshadow brush, actually. I have a few of these just for these purposes. I mean, it's probably a brush that I could use to blend my eyebrows out, but I like the flatness of that brush, so that's why I use that brush to blend that concealer out. So after I've used that flat eyeshadow brush, I use my Luxie small contour brush that I received in my January Ipsy bag to just blend that concealer out some more. Like I said, there is a lot of blending because you want to make sure this looks as natural as possible. And like I said, you don't want to have a ton of concealer around your eyebrows. So I'm just going back in again with that eyeshadow brush to blend the middle of my eyebrows because I had a unibrow, so let's separate them. When I'm doing the middle of my eyebrows, I just like to tap lightly, and then after that I go in with my spoolie to bring that brow out again. There is a lot of spooliness in these videos. And then from there I use my foundation brush, which already has a ton of foundation on it, so I didn't add any product to it, just to put my regular color in between my brows and bring that contour out. Okay, ladies, time to grab that palette. So we're using the first color, which is like a Taza color, which is what its name is. Like a burnt orange type of color. We're gonna apply that to our eyelids here. And you wanna make sure you really blend that out. Don't blend it out to the point where you have to go back and add more like I did, because I blended like crazy, but you do wanna make sure you blend that color out on your lid. So I did notice that I forgot to put my Scotch tape on the side of my eyes. I do that because, like I said, I'm a beginner, and it helps me create the shape of the shadow, I guess, that I want. It makes it look way more clean. So, hey, do what you gotta do. Use that tape, makes it look great. So after we've applied that Taza color, we're gonna go in with the color Fez, which is like a brownish color. And you wanna apply that right onto the lid, right into like the crease of your lid, so we can see both of those colors blend together. And they blend together so nicely. This palette is wonderful. It's like so pretty, and I really love these colors. So just make sure you blend that. And I did make sure I bring that eyeshadow all the way to the end of the tape. Like I said, I wanted to create that shape, so I made sure I brought my shadow all the way to the end of that tape. Alright, so we added both of those colors. What I'm doing here is just taking that small contour brush that I showed you guys earlier and just blending out those eyeshadows together, just to bring that look more together. Alright, so a little bit more blending. So after I'm done blending, I use one brush when I'm doing my eyeshadow, and I clean off my brushes with the bun creator that they have at Target. It's a Contour bun creator, whatever it is. After that, we go in with our third shade, which is the Zora color, and we just pack that onto the lid. I didn't even blend this color out. I just used that flat eyeshadow brush again, and I just packed that onto my lid. That color really wants to pop, and that's one of our main colors, so I didn't even blend that out that much. Okay, on to the next eye, and I'm just going to pack that color onto the lid again. Like I said, I didn't do much blending here because this is a main color, and you want this color to pop, honey. So don't try to do too much blending, and you'll see why in the next step. You want to try to leave a little space in the middle of your eyelid as well for the next color. So I'm just adding more of that Zora color to my lid. And again, like I said, I'm packing it. I'm packing as much as I can because you want to make sure that color stands out for this look. Okay, ladies, after that's finished, we're going to get that NYX glitter primer, and we're going to add that to the middle of our lid here. So I just use a little small brush that I have just to add that primer to my lid, because we're going to need that for our next color here. So as you can see, I'm just dabbing that on to the middle of my eyelids here. Alright, and after I apply that color, we're going to use that one brush again. We're going to clean it off, and I'm going to make a video to show you guys the process of how I clean my brushes while I'm doing my looks here. Next color we have is the Berber. Yes, honey, that is the blue, and I'm so excited to use this color because this is the main reason why I did this entire look, was for this one color, because I have not been able to use this color yet in any of my looks. Alright, ladies, and you want to pack that Berber color onto the middle of your eyelid, honey. Pack that color because that color is beautiful and you want the world to see that color, so make sure you're packing. You don't want to do much blending again like you did with the red color. Just pack it, especially onto the area where you apply the primer. I'm packing it. I'm packing my bags onto my lids, okay? We're packing it, we're leaving. Let's keep packing. So after I'm done packing that blue Berber color onto my lids, I did end up going back in with that Zora color to apply that to the outside of my lids. I just want to blend those two colors together so they run together smoothly. I don't want my eyelid to look choppy or weird, so blend those colors together. So after I've applied that Zora color, I did go back in and add just a tad bit more of that Tazza color to my brow, because I did blend that life away, honey. So, and I wanted you guys to see that color because it really makes a difference. So once I finished that, I went in and added some of that Zora color right under my eyelid. So after we finish that, we're going to go ahead and create those wings, honey. So we're just using a basic black eyeliner. And I just used an e.l.f. product. I love their products. They're really cheap and they do the same thing as any other expensive product. So here we are creating those wings. So I did end up adding my lashes off screen. These are just basic lashes that I received from the beauty supply, and I will have a lash hack for you guys because those lashes look like they're minks, but they are not. They are cheap $5 beauty supply lashes. And as you can see here, I'm just adding some mascara to my lashes and to my bottom lashes. What I do when I do my bottom lashes is I add that and then I try to pinch them together with a tweezer, just to give them more of that dramatic look. Now it's time to take that tape off so you can see all the hard work you've done. And look at that shape, honey. Yes, I'm living for this look. So for my facial primer, I use Daily Facial Moisturizer by Cetaphil, and I just apply it to my face. I love it. It's really light, and it really does the job for me rather than just buying a primer. So So after I've applied my primer, I use my Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation and concealer, and we're just going to blend that out with a flat foundation brush. Some people like to use a sponge. I like to use this brush, and it does the work for me. You want to make sure you blend as much as you can because you want this look to look natural, and you don't want it to look caked on. So make sure you're really blending, and I also try to bring that down to my neck as well. So after I've blended that foundation to perfection, honey, we're going to go in with that concealer and add that under your eyes, on the top of your lip, and right on your chin. Some people add it between their brows, and I don't like doing that, so what works for you? Going in with that same flat foundation brush just to bring that concealer out. So after we blended that concealer out, it's time for the e.l.f. contour palette. I love this palette. It works good for me, and I got this from Target. We're just going to add that to our cheekbones, and I like to bring it up around my forehead and to the other side of my cheekbone as well. So here I am just doing my contour and just making sure it's not too dark. It looks really dark, but I'm telling you, when I blend it out, it looks so nice. So before we blend that contour out, you want to go in and apply that loose setting powder. I like the black Radiance in the color Banana, and I just apply that to under my eyes and around my contour. After I'm done baking for a while, I go in with my e.l.f. Total Face brush, and I just blend as much as I can because I don't want my face to look white, and I want it to look right, okay? So here I'm about to do my lips, honey. It's about that time. Just showing you guys the swatch. I really hated this lip. I don't know why I put this on my lips. It looks stupid as hell, and I really wish I didn't use it because it messed up my entire look, but whatever. I got it from the beauty supply. The lady said I would love it, and I don't. Everything isn't for everybody, but it's okay to try new things. Look at my face. You can tell I don't like that lip color. It made my lips look dry as hell, so I had to go in with my lip gloss, okay? Usually when I do my lips, I only apply lip gloss. I've never done a lip, and that's my first time even putting anything with any color on my lips, so I like my lip gloss. And it brought it out a little bit more, so it made it look a little better. All right, ladies, it's time for that highlight, and I use the Glow Cane from the crayon case, and I definitely stand for this highlighter, okay? And let me tell you, ladies, you don't need too much of that highlighter. I mean, you can never have too much highlighter, but this highlighter is so pigmented, you do not need a lot. So don't do too much. We'll do too much. It doesn't matter. It's highlighter. Who cares? And to finish off this look, we're going in with that Aziza, and we're just applying that into the inner corners of our lids. Okay, ladies, we made it to the end, and there is a look, sweetheart. Yes, baby. Look at that highlight. So there's the look, honey. I had so much fun recreating this look. Ladies, make sure you like and subscribe to the page, and stay tuned for more videos from Tasha Christina. Bye.